Most extreme natural disasters caught on camera, number 13. In the desire for elements of nature, have you experienced their fury? From massive earthquakes that shake the ground before our feet, to cataclysmic volcano eruptions that paint the sky in flaming chaos. These breathtaking captures will leave you in awe of the raw compel that exists inside our planet. So, get ready to have your mind blown as we take you inside some of history's most devastating natural disasters, giving you a fresh perspective on the planet we all share. Mount Semeru, also known as Mahamaru or the Great Mountain, is the tallest volcano on Indonesia's Java Island. During the 19th and 20th centuries, many earthquakes happened on its steep sides. At the moment, the volcano is still very active, and the latest eruption started in April 2014. But a terrible thing happened on December 4th, 2021, and that was when it was at its most angry. According to reports, the eruption was caused by a collapse of the lava dome within the summit crater, which was caused by excessive rain. This caused a huge blast that sent a cloud of ash into the air. People had different ideas about how high this plume went. Some said it went as high as 28 miles, while others said it was only about 7 miles high. No matter what happened, the effects on the people who lived in the town below the volcano were terrible. Mount Semeru blew its top. Panic spread through the area. People in the area left their homes in fear for their lives as relief teams ran to help those in danger. Homes and churches were found buried under so much ash that it reached the roofs. This was a sad sight. The people who were stuck in these buildings had little chance of surviving. This eruption, which happened on December 4th, was the biggest volcanic event to happen at Mount Semeru in recent memory. By December 9th, more than 6,500 people had to move because of the explosion. 3 areas in East Java were covered with hot ash and lava flows. Nearly 3,000 homes were destroyed by the explosion, and the education of many kids was messed up because 24 schools in the area were also affected. On February 25, 2022, a strong 6.1 magnitude earthquake hit West Sumatra in Indonesia. The area is known for being prone to earthquakes, and another terrible natural disaster happened there. The earthquake started at about 2.5 miles below the surface, and it caused damage all over. But the real damage was made worse by mudslides and flash floods that hit 3 towns near Mount Talakmau after the earthquake. Eugenie Anto, a local person, was able to take pictures of the horrible things as they happened. In the video he took, a huge wave of dirty water swept through Yanto's garden and caused a lot of damage. Yanto was scared and saddened by how bad the accident was, so he kept saying a religious word over and over again to find comfort and safety. The mudslide was so powerful that it easily toppled a tree and kept moving through the town, causing damage as it went. People's cries as they watched the disaster added to the sense of hopelessness and chaos. The bad time of the earthquake made the damage even worse. In the days before February 25th, Indonesia had already been dealing with heavy rain, floods, and landslides. The earthquake made a bad situation even worse, making the damage caused by other natural disasters even worse. The sad events of February 25, 2022 show how Indonesia's geographical position causes it to face problems all the time. Because the country is prone to earthquakes, volcanic outbursts, and aftershocks, it needs to be ready and have good crisis management strategies to reduce the damage to people and infrastructure. On January 24, 2016, a group of hikers was in the middle of their trip when they saw something scary that would change the way they saw the world forever. The tourists were being led by Julian Inseralde, an experienced guide who worked at Aconcagua Provincial Park. As they crossed a steady stream, they heard a strange sound. Their guide, who was familiar with the natural surroundings, knew right away what the noise, which sounded like a jet flying overhead, meant. But when they looked up, the sky was empty. Julian knew instinctively that trouble was coming, so he quickly told everyone to get out of there. As he looked around to see if there were any signs of an airplane, his worry grew. Julian knew that the loud echoes of incoming rock slides and avalanches could often make it sound like a plane was flying above. but his search didn't turn up any of these signs, which made the feeling of dread even stronger. The group stood still for several nervous minutes, right on the edge of disaster, waiting for a safe time to run away. Finally, the torrent of falling debris stopped, as if nature had stopped its relentless attack for a moment. After the fall, Julian and his team jumped into action to help each other walk or get through the debris and make sure they were safe. The sight and sound of jets, which used to be normal, would always remind them of their terrible experience, which would change the way they saw the world above. On June 24th, 2019, the Hidalgo community was hit with a disastrous storm dubbed the Sequel by the National Weather Service, a catastrophic flood that left a lasting impact on Hidalgo County. Over a foot of rain fell on the area non-stop for more than 6 hours. The strength of the storm was shown in a scary video, which showed how bad what would become known as the Texas flood really was. During the worst of the storm, people had to get out of their windows and hide in the safer places of their homes. The wind was very strong, and all of the streets in the county were fully flooded. There was no power, and weak candles were the only way to see in the dark because they were all over the houses. The sequel flood happened exactly 367 days after a storm in June 2018 that was also very bad and did a lot of damage across the Rio Grande Valley. When the rain finally stopped in 2019, the sad truth was revealed. More than 1,100 houses had been completely destroyed or badly damaged. It was thought that the sequel would cost between $50 and $100 million, and it could even cost more than that. The relentless floods caused a lot of damage and loss, and families and people in the Hidalgo community had to deal with it. It would definitely take a lot of work and time to rebuild and get back on your feet after the damage caused by the sequel. The largest of the Canary Islands, La Palma, is in the North Atlantic, and it just had a major event that captured the attention of the whole globe. This tooth-shaped island is owned by Spain, even though it is closer to Morocco than to Spain. It is 29 miles wide and has two famous volcanoes, the Caldera de Taburiente in the north and the more active Cumbre Vieja in the south. In September 2021, a series of earthquakes that started under Cumbre Vieja started shaking La Palma. Geologists counted more than 22,000 earthquakes over the course of a week. This is a huge number. This earthquake activity ended with a volcano erupting on September 19th. This was the start of a long and difficult time for the island. The eruption went on for 85 days, well past Halloween, until it finally stopped in the middle of December. During this time, rolling waves of molten rock wrecked more than 3,000 houses and caused a lot of damage. The flow of lava from Cumbre Vieja covered more than 1,000 hectares, which is about 4 miles long and 2.2 miles wide. As the lava cooled in the water, it became solid and made a new peninsula, changing the island's shape even more. The effects of this volcanic event were noticed not only in terms of the damage it caused, but also in terms of the economy. The total amount of money lost was an unbelievable 842 million euros. So, that's all for the video, and if you don't want to miss out on the chance to experience the power of nature firsthand, click that subscribe button and turn on notifications to stay up to date on more mind-blowing videos like this one. And remember that even though these natural tragedies are amazing, they also show how important it is to be ready and work together when things go wrong. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next intriguing adventure.